Good evening, students. In the previous class, we have seen what is root and what are the characteristic features of roots and types of roots. So, classification of root, types of roots means when various plants are studied, the scientific world observed that two basic types of root systems are existing in the plant world. Two basic types of root systems are roots. They are called taproot and adventitious root. Adventitious root. Not one root, so many roots are there, so it is called taproot system. Adventitious root system. Let us see. So these are the two names which are basically divided. Almost all the existing plants, from all the existing plants on the surface of the earth, two basic types of root systems are discovered, identified and named, classified. What is a taproot? So taproot system means when a seed is germinating, from the germinating seeds radical, from the radical of germinating seed, if root arises or develops, such root is called primary root or taproot. Primary root, it is also called taproot. Taproot system means from the radical of germinating seed, directly from the radical, if radical directly develops into a root which grows conically, broad at the base, pointed at the apex, it is called tapering. So taproot or primary root. This primary root, I am going to show you here, it grows, and in the previous class I have shown, when it is growing primary root, it will produce lateral roots which are called secondary roots. Lateral roots or secondary roots, these are all called lateral. Or secondary roots. So we have discussed in the previous class one concept of lateral roots. The lateral roots or secondary roots are arising from the innermost layers of the root, that is pericycle, so they are called endogenous in origin. In the previous class I have mentioned this. Endogenous means these lateral roots are coming from the innermost layers. Lateral or secondary roots. Now these secondary roots or lateral roots, again they will produce tertiary roots. Tertiary root So various branches are present. The total is called taproot system. So a taproot system consists of three types of roots. First, primary or taproot. On the sides, lateral sides which are coming down. Secondary roots or lateral roots. On these lateral roots or secondary roots, again tertiary roots. So primary, secondary and tertiary, all these togetherly constitutes taproot system. Taproot system, and taproot system is a characteristic feature of dicot plants. Dicot plants. Now, here they used to ask question. Taproot means, again we have to see yesterday's class, that is previous class, where it is the descending part, cylindrically moving, positively geotrophic, negatively phototrophic, positively hydrotrophic. Branches which is called secondary roots, which are called branches, tertiary roots, branches. These secondary roots develop from inner layers. What is that inner layer? From pericycle. Secondary roots arise from pericycle, so they are endogenous in origin. Endogenous, or they have developed endogenously. Now, another concept. If you observe this, the roots which are at the base, they are having length, where the roots which are presenting at the tip, this is called acropetal arrangement. Base to the tip, acropetal. So older roots or first formed roots are lengthy. Next formed roots, next formed roots, next formed roots are younger roots are shorter. This arrangement based upon their size is called acropetal arrangement. Lateral roots or secondary roots, acro, A-C-R-O, acropetal arrangement. Again, what is acropetal arrangement? They are arranged based upon their length from base to the tip. So this is the base, this is the soil level, and the underground part of the plant is called root system. And root system, why it is having different types of roots? It grows. Single primary root is called taproot. Side roots, secondary roots, lateral roots. Again they will divide to form tertiary roots. Total is called taproot system. Again, acropetal means the branches are the secondary roots which are present at the base of this root. They were lengthier, whereas the secondary roots present at the tip are shorter. This arrangement in a size wise is called acropetal. Again, generally another concept. Secondary roots, see here, secondary roots, they are not growing like this, horizontal. Generally and mostly they are oblique. Oblique means like this, oblique. This is root and this is called oblique. 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 Oblique means it is not like this. This is horizontal. This is, so secondary roots acropetally arranged and obliquely growing. Obliquely. Growing downwards obliquely. All are the characteristic features of taproot system. Let us see adventitious root system. What is this adventitious? Adventitious means extraordinary. Ordinary. Taproot system is ordinary. Adventitious root system means extraordinary. What is here extraordinary means? Let us see. See here. If roots are developed in a plant, any part of the plant body other than radicle. So, adventitious term is used to define roots develop in the plant from any part, from the roots or stem, nodes, internodes, leaves, any part of the plant body, roots may develop, but not from the radicle. This type of roots are called adventitious roots. But roots that develop from any other part other than radicle, except radicle, other than here means except radicle. So if radicle is not involved and roots are developed, such roots are called adventitious roots. But here, these adventitious roots generally found in monocots. Generally, adventitious roots are found in monocots. But here, one specific word is there. In monocots, from the seed, radicle develops, but it is short living. Short living means only for short period it will be there, later it will degenerate. So short living and degenerate. Okay, in monocots like dicot, seed will produce radicle, but it is short living and degenerate. Soon after it degenerates, see the structure, it looks like this. Base of the stem. So here it is growing plumule radicle. When radicle disappears, only plumule will be there. This is nothing but stem. So base of the stem, so many a cluster of roots that develops from the base of the stem is in the case of monocots, and they looks like fibers of equal size. All are a cluster, a bunch looking like fibers, So in monocots, it is also adventitious root system, but generally considered as fibrous root system, and its origin is from the base of the stem. From the base of the stem. Why they were developed from the base of the stem? Because radicle short-lived and degenerated. Soon after radicle degenerates, nothing will be there. So seed is completely developed into stem, and from the base of the stem, a cluster of roots arises. Here there is no primary root, one main root, secondary roots, tertiary roots. No, only a cluster of roots are present. Such cluster of roots are called fibrous root system in mono. So adventitious root system is also called fibrous root system. Fibrous root system in monocots. Example, wheat. Fibrous root system. Example, wheat. Let us see again. Adventitious roots that develop from any other part other than radicle, any part of the plant body except radicle. Means here also monocots, even though radicle comes, but it will not exist for a long time, it will not persist, it will degenerate. So from the base of the stem it is coming. Again, in other plants, adventitious roots may develop from nodes, internodes, leaves. So any part of the plant body, if roots are developed, if roots are formed, roots are growing, roots are arising, this type of roots, such roots are called adventitious roots. They are also looking like fibers. We can call them as fibers. Almost all adventitious roots are fibrous. Here the concept is different structures, different shapes they may be having. Different origin points. So some roots will develop from the nodes of the stem. Means aerially, in the atmosphere, in the air. Some may develop from the internodes aerially, some may develop from the leaves aerially. It means adventitious roots, neat question my dear students. Statement type of question. Adventitious roots are similar to tap roots. Adventitious roots are similar to tap roots. Statement correct or not? Second statement, adventitious roots always grows inside the soil. Statement correct or not? They will ask question options. Option 1, both the statements are correct. Option 2, statement both are wrong. Option 3, A is correct. First statement is correct, second statement is wrong. Option 4, first statement is wrong, second statement is correct. So unless you have idea about the topic or subject, my dear students, it is not difficult. If you know the topic, automatically, like a small simple answer you can understand and write. Generally in the textbook, I remember page number 66, they have mentioned taproot. After taproot they have given in monocots from the base of the stem, such roots, certain roots will be arising. These roots are called fibrous root. Again, in the second sentence, they have given in plants like Monstera. So this is the duty of the student, my dear students. Duty of the student to identify the names from the NCERT book, which is compulsory for NEET examination, memory based questions. 100 marks will be given to this memory. If you remember your textbook's question, what more we want? Almost 80, 85 to 90, 90%, more than 90% of questions only from the textbook. It means if any student fails to secure a seat in medicine after the PUC, means he is not thorough with the NCERT books without any doubt. So to teach extra, it depends upon your teacher. Your teacher, if he is going to interest to teach well, he wants to teach so many things, deeper layers of the subject or from information from so many references, that depends upon the teacher. That is different. So maximum Monstera they have given, grasses they have given, and banyan tree they have given. We will see all these. So in grasses, they will come from the lower nodes. Wherever grass plant touches, it creeps on the soil. Whenever grass plant touches, it produces a bunch of roots. Wherever, so a lawn grass which is growing in our land, lawn grass, how it spreads, the spreading wherever grass plants. So a bunch of roots which are called adventitious. Monstera plants aerial roots from the aerial parts from the nodes, they will develop. Such roots are found in Monstera. Banyan plant, banyan tree, prop roots like pillars, they will develop from the branches. They will grow down and they will attach to the soil to give support. So all these comes under adventitious root system. In this one fibrous root system, that is in monocots, especially radical will be there. It grows for some time, but only for few time it will be there. Later it is degenerated. So from the base of the stem, a bunch of roots, it is clearly seen. So types of roots. If they ask, One of the following is the difference between, one of the following is not the difference between taproot and adventitious roots. Let us see. Here there is no primary root, no secondary, no tertiary roots. Adventitious root system and taproot system. Generally roots develop from the into the soil, it is called ordinary. If roots develop above the soil, it is different, so extraordinary. Adventitious root system means extraordinary formation of roots. Let us see differences taproot, adventitious root. First one, a taproot arises from the embryo from the radical. Arise from the radical of the embryo means seed. Always remains underground below the soil except respiratory roots. See here, always a taproot is that which arises from the radical, and always it is below the soil except respiratory roots. Respiratory root, some extraordinary which will grow above the soil. We will see in the coming classes. Always taproot remains persistent. And always it is present, even though plant is short or medium or tall or long tree, taproot will be there. Always taproot remains persistent. First one, arise from any other part except radical. Any other part except radical. It may be underground, aerial, subaerial. May be underground like a fibrous root system, subaerial in weak stemmed plants, aerial, so it may be present everywhere, anywhere, but it is only under the taproot remains persistent. Persistent means always present in that plant. Here taproot does not persist forever, it is short living. Though developed from radical, it is short living, does not persist, but degenerate. Types of roots. Differences. A taproot always produces single primary root. Single primary root to which so many secondary roots and tertiary roots attached. We have seen primary root or main root is single. Main root or primary root is single. Here in the adventitious there is no primary or single root, a cluster of roots. No single root, but a cluster, a bunch. So 4 forms are there, alternative characters. Separately you have to study. Now let us see, in this universe, when we have seen plants, studied plants, the knowledge regarding the plants goes on increasing from the times, from the past to the present knowledge, and it was identified that like human being and animal, how showing struggle for existence, for the sake of food, for the sake of identity, for the sake of land, that this, how animals are showing prodigality of the nature, in the same way plants are also showing struggle for existence. Plants show struggle for existence. The main point of struggle for existence is every plant wants to take some factors. The factors, essential factors like light, water, mineral nutrients, air. So these are essential factors which are required by the plants, and these factors may help the plant or it may not help the plant. These essential factors like these factors may help the plant or not. They may not help. How can you say that, sir, these factors are not helping the plant? Why plants are showing struggle for existence? For example, I will show here. If plants are growing in marshy soil, always waterlogged soil, for example, marshy soil. If plants are growing in marshy soil, they will get water, no doubt, but they will be not getting air properly for their growth. So the plants which are living in the marshy soil, even though they were having enough amounts of water availability, maybe light, but they are not getting proper amount of air, so they have to show some changes to get the air. Some changes. And for example, desert plant, desert soil. If a plant is living in desert, sandy soils, when sandy light will be there, air will be there available to thee, because sandy light porous in nature, but water is. The plants which are living in watery place, they are not getting air, and the plants which are living in deserts, they are not getting water. So in one way or other way, these plants are struggling for their existence for the sake of these factors. So as a matter of fact, as a struggle for existence, several changes occurs in the plant body, several changes in the course of time. So several changes occur in the plant body in its organs, and these changes are called permanent changes. These changes are called, so several changes occurs in the body of the plants, in their organs, either complete body or any part of the plant. Some changes. Why changes occurs? Because of the struggle for existence. Why struggle for existence? Because the factors are compulsory for the plant growth. So any of the factor is not available, plant has to show some changes to get that factor. This is called modification. Several changes occur in the plant body, in its organs. These changes are permanent. So some permanent changes that occurs in the plant body towards struggle for existence to get something, or as an adaptation, all those permanent changes are called modifications. Modifications. What is modification? A permanent change that occurs in the plant part to perform an additional function apart from its normal function. A permanent change. A permanent change that occurs in a plant part, either complete plant body or any part of the plant, to perform extra function or additional function. It means roots, what is the function of root? Root's function is fixing to the soil, absorption of water and minerals, and sending this to the stem. Fixing, absorption of water and minerals, and sending, conducting. Apart from this, some changes will occur in the roots and to perform some extra function. Some roots will be there to get air, respiratory roots. Some roots will be there to get nitrogen fixation, nodulated roots. Some roots are there to store food material. So roots function is normal function, absorption, but here roots are showing some changes apart from their normal function, additional function apart from their normal function. My dear students, listen carefully, read it, watch it again and again if it is possible. A permanent change, permanent means it cannot come out back, reverse, it is not reversible. Irreversible, a permanent change that occurs in a plant part or the plant body to perform extra function or additional function, extra function. What is meant by here extra? Along with its normal function, apart from their normal function. Apart from that means along with the normal function, some extra person. For this function, some changes occurs. These changes are called modifications. In the next class, we are going to see root modifications. All the best.